From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report in Special English. Humans are not the only ones who like to use tablet computers. The nonprofit organization Orangutan Outreach has started a program called Apps for Apes using Apple's iPad. Orangutan Outreach was started by Richard Zimmerman 6 years ago. Its goal is to protect orangutans in the wild. The organization launched Apps for Apes 1 year ago. The program introduces the Apple iPad to orangutans in zoos. Apps for Apes has 3 goals. The first is to provide activities for captive orangutans. The second is to raise awareness among zoo visitors about how smart these animals are. The third goal is to urge people to visit Orangutan Outreach's website, redapes.org, to learn how they can help protect wild orangutans. Orangutan Outreach says the iPad is a perfect device for orangutans because of the touchscreen technology. With some assistance, the animals are able to use apps to listen to music, play games, and do other activities. Apps for Apes was first launched at the Milwaukee County Zoo in Wisconsin. It has expanded to more than 10 other zoos and a rescue center for apes in the United States and Canada. And it is growing worldwide. Richard Zimmerman says the program could affect the behavior of orangutans, but it is too early to know. Zoo officials have told him about the apes' reaction to seeing and using iPads. He says young orangutans seem very interested. They go to the device immediately. Females seem to be the quickest learners, and some big males are simply curious about the tablet. They spend time watching it from a distance. For VOA Learning English, I'm Alex Villarreal.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Alzheimer's disease is mostly a condition of old age. Today, life expectancy is increasing around the world. As a result, the number of people affected by Alzheimer's is expected to triple in some countries by 2050. People with this brain disease often have other medical needs that require the services of many healthcare professionals. Caregivers often have a hard time keeping up with all the medical information. More and more often, family members are being called on to help care for loved ones with Alzheimer's. It is a responsibility for which most people are unprepared. That is why the Hebrew Home, a private healthcare group in Riverdale, New York, developed an iPhone and iPad application called Balance. The app offers caregivers advice on recognizing symptoms and on feeding, bathing, and providing a healthy environment for the patient. It can be bought on the internet for $4. The Hebrew Home is a not-for-profit organization that provides care to 75,000 patients in New York City. David Pomeranz is its program development director. He created Balance. Mr. Pomeranz says the Balance app is designed to let users organize information so they can easily keep track of a patient's health. It helps caregivers manage doctor's appointments and share information with doctors about the patient's daily emotional changes. Interest in the app has not been limited to the United States. David Pomeranz says people in other countries are also using it. Software developers are working on a version of Balance for mobile devices using the Android operating system. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman. From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Around the world, commuters in big cities spend a lot of time stuck in traffic. In America, Los Angeles and San Francisco tie for second place on the list of cities with the worst traffic. The Texas A&M University Transportation Institute says Washington, D.C. is in first place. Professor Cyrus Shahabi knows about traffic jams. He lives more than 65 kilometers from his office at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. He says he is always late for meetings, even with the help of a navigation system. So he decided to develop an app for his mobile phone that would help. The ClearPath app is designed to do what other navigation systems cannot. Professor Shahabi says his program uses historical data to predict traffic conditions before the driver leaves the house. The app uses traffic data gathered for more than 2 years from 9,000 sensors on the roads of Los Angeles. It also collects information on accidents. Cyrus Shahabi says his system does more than respond to current traffic conditions. With it, he says, a driver can enter what time he wants to leave on a specific date, and ClearPath will give the fastest route. It considers the entire road network, including streets and highways, before the driver begins his or her trip. A free ClearPath app for roads in Los Angeles is expected to be launched soon. In a year, the computer science professor says he hopes to have ClearPath available around the country and then in foreign countries after traffic data in other cities is collected. Cyrus Shahabi says he wants to get companies that already have navigation systems, such as Google and Apple, to use the new technology. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman.